So I was out adjusting the brakes on the 450G. Some of you that have them, if you haven't done it, you crank the tractor up, put your gear shift in neutral, and if you see, let me come around here. See this little hole? It's supposed to be a place you can put a bolt through or whatever to keep this from going back into drive while you're working on it. If you want to do that, to be safe. That's what the book has in there. Anyway, you crank the tractor, put the transmission in neutral, release your brake. My brake pedal sticks. I mean, you can press it down, it doesn't come all the way back. You got to pull it back, which I never really use the brakes on here anyway. But make sure this pedal is pulled all the way back up to the front. See how close it is to these levers? And so you've got a little plug. Well, it ain't a little plug, it's a big plug. I don't know if you can see in there. You can see a gear with teeth. Take your screwdriver. Once you got it in neutral and it's running, brake pedal's up. On the right side, you take your screwdriver and you push those teeth down to tighten. And you just do it a few clicks and check your lever. On the left side, you put your screwdriver in there and pulling the teeth up. And it's a little firm to pull up, and you'll hear a click, click, click. Your levers, according to my book, 12 pounds of pull when you get back to 5 inches. So you start here, when you get 5 inches back, you ought to have about 12 pounds of force on this, pulling it back. And you just have to guess on that. The way I did mine, took a tape and it pulls back to 5, and it gets really tough to pull at 5, or pretty firm at 5, and I just stopped there. So when you got that, take the lever, go all the way back several times. The book says to seat them. And that should be it. And the book says it'll auto tighten in reverse. If you're going back and you pull the levers to the stop while you're in reverse, it's supposed to auto tighten. Honestly, I don't fully understand all that. I never have really got it to tighten up in reverse, pulling the levers back, so I must be doing something wrong. But irregardless, that's what the... So now I'm gonna raise the blade up. I notice it slowly goes back down, and I can increase the RPM on the engine and still doing the same thing. So in here's some O-rings. This is your controls for your blade and your tilt on the blade. And so you got to take the little pins out of here, take those off. I thought these right here, I know they will, take this manifold, whatever you want to call it, off of this plate, but it looks like I may end up just undoing the plate. But you got to take each one of these hoses off. So I got them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you got this 1.25 inch or 1.5 inch, whatever that is, hose on the other side. So I'm gonna take that out and take it to a hydraulic shop and let them rebuild these O-ring with a rebuild kit, I guess. Because this angle blade, I'll be going along and that blade will swing back on its own. So I know it's got to be coming through here. I don't have a leak anywhere else. And it could be bypassing, I guess, in the cylinder maybe, but I'm thinking it's back here. It's been doing it for a long time. All right, I'm gonna get this off. Whew. Let me tell you what, that thing is a little bit heavier than what it looks like. But anyway, I got it out. This hose coming in here, it was rubbed right here, you can see. So it's due for a new one there. And I took all the lines loose, and then number 5 and number 1, come on the floor panel and take them loose so I could move them back so I could get this out. That's what I had to do. And these bolts here come through, and I never could get them to quite come all the way out. That's because, like I figured, they've got a nut on the back of them, but you can't hardly get to that nut in there. So there's 1, 2, 3 screws back here, bolts you got to take out. This.